Hello everyone and welcome back to WWE 12 Universe. I'm your host Jitch, this is Monday Night Raw, and we are in the first Monday Night Raw of the year 2011 in Baltimore. Oh yeah. It's a new year, everybody, and we're going to find out who CM Punk's tag team partner is going to be to kick things off.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 241 pounds, the Rated R superstar, Edge.
Edge coming on down to the ring here tonight. He is looking to team with CM Punk, but because of CM Punk's bye into the next round, despite not having a partner, Punk has picked two of the best right now, two of the best that he feels could make great partners for him, and one of them will team with him to face off against the team of, I believe it was the New Nexus. No, Team DZ. Okay, there we go. That's a good choice. So it will be either CM Punk and Edge or CM Punk and the Macho Man, and one of those two combinations will be facing off against Team DZ in 2 weeks' time here on Monday Night Raw to determine who will be going into the finals for the vacant World Tag Team Championship at the Royal Rumble event. Now, despite competing in matches like despite competing in matches prior to the Royal Rumble match, we have been told that that will still leave people eligible to compete in the Royal Rumble match. So whether Randy Savage, Edge, CM Punk, any one of them makes it to the finals, wins the World Tag titles, whatever, they can still compete in the 2011 40-man Royal Rumble, regardless of their match earlier in the night. They just may be at a slight disadvantage because of that. So it should be very interesting to see what happens. Here we go. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, and the Rated R Superstar Edge competing for the right to team with CM Punk and try to get that World Tag Team Championship opportunity. And of course, speaking of matches with mystery opponents, talk about a match we've got later on tonight as the World Tag Team Championship tournament continues. 2 matches in one night. We have got We've got Kevin Nash and Vader teaming up to face off against an unknown tag team. As we know, there are not really enough tag teams. There aren't 8 tag teams here on Raw at the moment, since we only have a 19-man roster with so many people injured. Sorry, I keep counting that wrong. A 17-man roster with so many people injured at the moment. We've lost Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and William Regal, all here on Raw. It's going to be very interesting to see kind of who ends up where in this tag team tournament.
Macho Man comes up with the right answer on that one. Randy Savage has that one completely zeroed in. Intercepted. Beautiful counter.
I think I even still miscount. I think it's actually 18 men because I use the rankings to count how many people there currently are on the roster. And whilst Regal and McIntyre are injured in regards to the series, they're not actually injured in the game, so they're still listed in the rankings, so I keep getting the number wrong, but I also keep forgetting that it doesn't include the world champion Lesnar. So there are 18 current men here on Raw that are available, but there are 3 that are out with an injury, and I feel like that kind of could affect the tag team division a little bit. I mean, we know Barrett and Regal, they'd still be the tag team champions if it wasn't for the fact that injuries got in the way. I can't say the same about Sheamus and McIntyre. Celtic Cross is very much long dead at this point, I think it's safe to say.
I don't believe it. Momentum's changed hands again.
Very interesting kind of stipulation these two are facing off, though. The winner gets the rights to team with CM Punk. In a way, you know, I feel like maybe they could take it the other way. There could be a little bit of offense taken here, you know. It's like, I have to earn the right to team with you. It just seems a little wrong. As I've already announced, the two other guests I've had with me when recording Universe in this series. I have a very, very special guest. This one's going to really give you guys a blast from the past. You know, we originally were looking after Blackjack at one point, and then we were looking after my sister's cat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. Give a nice, warm welcome back to the one and only Felix, who is currently shoving his head into a cupboard door. There's nothing in that. He can't even get in. He is just squishing himself. I have to mention that he's here because A, he's Felix. Everybody knows Felix. Well, long time peeps know Felix. And B, he doesn't make any noise, so I can't really draw any attention to him otherwise. I gotta give him the same credit I gave the other two. I gotta let it be known he's here. He's just the most silent cat ever, so he's not exactly gonna let you know otherwise. That mad lad is 13 years old. Anyway, back to the match. Yeah, so we've got Randy Savage and Edge facing off in this one-on-one match. And they're going to be quite seriously close to the World Tag Team Championship, whoever comes out on top here. Only 2 matches they've got to go through with CM Punk to put their hands on the World Tag Team Championship for the first time. I mean, this is a first-time champion crowning for any team that wins this tournament, unless, of course, the mystery team up against Vader and Nash end up being former tag team champions. This will be a big turnaround for anyone. I'd be very interested to see if anyone capitalizes on the fact the referee's knocked out. Both these two seem to be going about things the right way. I feel like, in a way, Edge is the more logical tag team partner for CM Punk. They got a good thing going between them at the moment, but I feel like CM Punk almost wanted to include Randy Savage. It wasn't a need to, it wasn't a must. It was a, this man's a hero of mine. I've looked up to him for a long time, and I want to team with him. But I'll see if he can beat the man who I'm also considering. Right now, Edge is definitely looking to be the better man in this match. I'm interested to know if this is ever like anyone's dream match. It's not a match I've ever thought about, but now that like I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this would actually be really cool. I've never thought about the Macho Man and Edge, but yeah, that'd be pretty great. Actually, I've still been watching a lot of classic WWE Network. I just watched WrestleMania 4, so at the moment Randy Savage is kind of an important guy in my mind. I wasn't really feeling the old shows back when it was just the pay-per-views, but apparently, like, last year or the year before, I don't know when, but quite recently, they added loads of Saturday Night Main Event episodes, which has made it a lot more interesting, because the WrestleManias and stuff, they don't really give you a good feel of some of the characters and storylines and stuff. There's too much space between them. Is this going to be enough? Yes, actually. He won with what I believe is the Edge-O-Matic. I believe that's what that move is. So it will be Edge teaming with CM Punk in 2 weeks' time. Tough loss for Randy Savage after having so much success on the road to being the European champion and having that kind of crumble. Thanks to Barrett and Sheamus. And now he's not even going to be teaming with CM Punk for the World Tag Team titles. It's not been a great time for the Macho Man. And who knows, maybe the Royal Rumble will be enough to turn things around for him. I'm hoping he's going to be in it. Right now, Edge is victorious as we move towards our second match of the night. More tournaments, more continuation. Kevin Nash and Vader in a tag team match. For the first time, these two will be teaming up. They've got their sights set on the World Tag Team Championship, but we are going to find out if they've got what it takes when they go 2-on-2 with a mystery team next.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 308 pounds, Kevin Nash.
Well, Kevin Nash and Vader have found a mutual respect in their disliking of everyone else on the Raw roster. They've managed to find respect amongst themselves. They call themselves their best enemies, and as a result, they feel like they're the best tag team here on Raw. Well, that's about to be determined as they go through this tournament. Of course, if they win this match here tonight, they will be up against the new Nexus next week here on Raw in a semi-final match. Winner of that matchup will be heading to the Royal Rumble with a World Tag Team title opportunity against either CM Punk and Edge or Team DZ. We're down to the final 4 teams. Almost. And we got to see if Nash and Vader can win this match first. I'm kind of getting in their mindset, I guess. Don't get me wrong. I've never seen these guys team up before. I don't know what they're capable of as a tag team, but what I will absolutely say, and what I think no one's going to argue with, is they're going to be a pretty dangerous one. It's a guarantee. Like, you don't have to think maybe, maybe not. There's no way these guys aren't going to be just an absolute force as a combination. I wish the best of luck to whoever they're up against. There's not really any combinations I can think of that could overcome. I mean, obviously the Celtic Cross, they were an incredible tag team, but they're long gone. I don't want to mean to discredit, but I don't think Barrett and Regal were quite on the same level. And obviously Regal's injured as well, so I don't really know who it would be. Oh, okay. Well, speak of the devil. The United Kingdom, of course, now just referring to the tag team of Wade Barrett and William Regal. As we know, Regal is out with an injury, hence why Barrett is coming out here alone. I have no idea who he could be paired up with tonight. Unless Regal's been cleared, in which case this whole tournament didn't need to happen. You know, the titles were stripped off of them because Regal couldn't compete in 30 days, which is the Royal Rumble. If Regal is able to compete here tonight, they should be rewarded back the World Tag Team Championship, and this tournament should be called off. Barrett doesn't look too impressed. I feel like he knows something we don't. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No. Mick Foley, I know the United Kingdom have given you a tough time. I know they've been a really hard thing to deal with as the general manager of Raw, but under what light do you think an incredible talent, a former ECW champion, United States champion, World Tag Team champion, and current European champion should be teaming up with an absolute joke like Santino Marella, a guy who is 1 and almost 20 in his record. 1 win, almost 20 losses. Most recently to Wade Barrett. What is this all about? Showered in the booze, and this guy is just so delusional. He thinks the fans love him. What did Wade Barrett do to deserve this? Kevin Nash and Barrett gonna start things off. And at one point Nash really had his sights set on that European Championship. I think right now him and Vader have got other plans.
What do you have on Wade Barrett, King?
What do you have on Wade Barrett, King? King says nothing. I want to know what a talented individual like Wade Barrett could have possibly done wrong to deserve this. As I say, he's always followed the lead of Sheamus. You know, they've done some bad things, don't get me wrong, but like, in terms of Wade Barrett himself, I don't feel like he deserves this. I feel like this is literally just because he's the only remaining member of the United Kingdom that Foley can currently book. And he's decided to just kind of throw him under the bus like this. This is disgraceful. The European champion shouldn't have to go through this.
What an incredible suplex. Outside of the ring, Kevin Nash likes to have a good time.
Nice.
Inside the ring, Big Sexy is all business. What a night it's been so far. But
tonight's main event is going to be one you don't want to miss. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan colliding for a World Heavyweight Championship Contenders Qualifier. That sounds like a mouthful, I realize, but as we've mentioned before, CM Punk and Edge, although tag team partners, now officially confirmed, will be facing off the same night of their semi-finals, actually. Oh, I didn't think about that. That might need to be rescheduled. It might need to be Punk and Edge's semi-finals next week instead. Yes, it will, because that ain't gonna work otherwise, especially considering if Daniel Bryan wins tonight, he could also be in that four-way match. That doesn't seem very fair. So I'm gonna scratch what I said before. CM Punk and Edge versus Team DZ should take place next week, and the winner of this match versus the new Nexus should take place the week after. European champion getting brutalized right now. I don't blame him for not wanting to tag in his partner. He wants to at least stand a fighting chance and everything, but I think maybe he should, and Kevin Nash seems to be just welcoming it. Tag made to Santino Marella. I mean, Santino Marella is squaring up against Kevin Nash right now. Don't be ridiculous. A man who uses a sock puppet as his finishing move. And not in the sense of, like, Mick Foley, where he at least shoves it down your throat or something nasty like that. The guy literally pokes you with it. He pokes you with a sock puppet and expects to win matches like that. Ridiculous. Yeah, choke slam him straight down. What a chump.
This match is being televised around the world in 18 languages.
I think it's always been a bit of an offensive move on the part of the Raw ranking system to not have Santino Marella at the dead bottom of the rankings. I believe there are some stars like David Otunga who are for some reason ranked below this man. And okay, Otunga's record hasn't been great all year round, but since aligning with Randy Orton, the man's picked up a couple victories. What about Demolition? They've never won a match. I mean, Smash has won at least one match, I believe. But what the hell has Axe done to deserve not being the bottom-ranked guy? I don't know how these rankings work here on Raw, but I don't like them. Santino Marella getting absolutely brutalized right now, and you love to see it. You just love to see it. Oh, here we go. Vader bomb. That ought to get the job done. Oh, come on. I swear to God, if we see that damn sock puppet, I'm going to lose my mind. You think you're going to beat Kevin Nash or Vader with a sock puppet, you got another thing coming.
WWE fans watching this match all around the world, and the ref starts the count.
I don't see Wade Barrett ever wanting to tag back into that ring again. I'd be surprised if he even cares about winning this match. As if he's going to want to hold the World Tag Team Championship with Santino Marella.
At what point, King, do those thoughts creep in of...
I'm going to pretend I did not just see Kevin Nash do that.
I don't know as a WWE superstar if you ever have those thoughts of self-doubt.
What's these two mastodons?
Nash wants to cause some permanent damage here. Oh, did you see the force behind that?
This is about the way I expected to see this match go now. This is more like it.
Delivered by Big Sexy.
Kevin Nash loves to rub it in, doesn't he? Look at this. He just barely
Where's my momentum going? Why can't I get a signature? Oh, okay. I guess I'm just not allowed a signature. Good night, Santino. You're not going to get hit with one devastating powerbomb, you're going to get hit with another. It may not be the Vader bomb, but the jackknife powerbomb did connect, and the referee just wasting time.
There's the kick out by Santino.
Back and forth. How do these superstars keep doing it?
Santino definitely would not have kicked out on his own there.
There's a big shot.
Let's just get this one over with. I agree, Kevin.
1, 2, 3.
There you go. Barrett's... I mean, I guess in a way he wanted his World Tag Team Championship back under any means necessary, but... Trust me when I say, Barrett, you should be glad you're not winning them with that chump. Not that you ever stood a chance. This is one team that I think stands a very, very good chance of going all the way. Kevin Nash and Vader are victorious, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. You are looking at one dangerous combination in Kevin Nash and Vader as they pick up the victory here tonight. They will meet the new Nexus in 2 weeks' time in the semi-finals for the World Tag Team Championship. But up next, Beth Phoenix returns to competition, and after seeing that victory by Karma, I'm very interested to see what Phoenix has got in store.
The following handicap match is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Buffalo, New York, she is the WWE Women's Champion, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
Well, Beth Phoenix, ever the one to try and one-up Karma, as we know, draws nearer and nearer their 2 out of 3 falls match at the Royal Rumble for the Women's Championship. Beth Phoenix has issued an open challenge here tonight to the entire women's division. She has said that she is going to take on 3 comers in a gauntlet match. Whoever's brave enough to step up, do so. So Beth Phoenix, the women's champion, in a gauntlet match. I mean, some say that it's a little different to a handicap match. Karma took on 2 women at the same time. Phoenix insists she can beat 3 in back-to-back matches.
From Ponte Vedra, Florida, Alicia Fox.
Well, here's a face we've not seen in a pretty damn long time, actually. Alicia Fox stepping up as the first to answer the challenge of Beth Phoenix. This is someone who I think has just been looking for that moment to prove herself, and maybe this will be it. I'm not trying to count her out, but I kind of have my doubts. I feel like Alicia Fox needs to set the bar a little lower than going straight for the women's champion if she wants to pick up some victories. You know, it's all about getting that momentum, getting that winning mindset. I feel like just stepping out and facing the final boss immediately, it's never going to work out well for you. But Alicia Fox, she's done it. She's come out here and she's ready to face Beth Phoenix. 2 weeks ago on Raw, we saw a great handicap match as Karma absolutely mauled Layla and Michelle McCool. They got their revenge on Beth Phoenix's best friend, Natalia, who Phoenix was just not in the corner of. She's clearly a little preoccupied right now with the women's championship and everything.
In the corner here, bad spot to be in.
There'll be women just lining up out back for an opportunity to face Beth Phoenix. Whether that be good or bad for them, they're going to be wanting that opportunity to prove themselves against the women's champion. Of course, this match does have a 20-minute time limit, which means that Beth Phoenix has at least stipulated this one even harder in her side, as not only does she have to pick a victory up incredibly quickly, but she's going to have to do so 3 times in 20 minutes. She really did want to try and outdo Karma, who absolutely wrecked both Michelle McCool and Layla in, I believe, less than 10 minutes a couple weeks ago on Raw. Right now, Alicia Fox is not showing the strongest amount of fight I've ever seen, admittedly. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The one key difference between Beth Phoenix and Karma is that Beth Phoenix has shown that she is beatable. She does have, I believe, 7 losses on her record, off the top of my head. I think it was 7. Which is a lot more than Karma's 2. One to Tiny Shiny several months back, which she avenged instantly. And one to Beth Phoenix back at Survivor Series, which we have yet to see if Karma can avenge. She's taken some time away after that loss. And Now here we go at the Royal Rumble, 2 out of 3 falls. We'll see if Beth Phoenix can pick up not only 1 but 2 falls over Karma to retain the Women's Championship. I do believe that is going to be a really tough challenge for Phoenix, but it is one that she herself feels confident she can do now that she's actually defeated Karma. The roles have been reversed. It is Karma now seeking out revenge over Beth Phoenix. After Karma defeated Beth Phoenix back at Bragging Rights in October, this has been a very long-going issue between these two women. Well, if I were Phoenix, I'd try not to sweat it too much, but you got to keep an eye on that time, and I think she is, and I think she realizes that the longer that it takes to beat Alicia Fox, the harder it's going to be to beat the other two, whoever they may be, if she makes it through all of them.
She fights her way out. Beth Phoenix with so much power. And we've come to yet another turning point in this match.
The Glamazon's got
Oh,
her.
that was quick. That came out of nowhere.
Beth Phoenix is just
I prefer the pin combo version.
hooks the leg.
Glam Slam connects on Alicia Fox, and there's the first elimination. Just under 4 minutes, or just over 3 minutes, I should say. And in comes Eve. Again, I don't know if this is someone who's really proven themselves too well just yet. And obviously, I respect that those are going to be the ones that jump for this opportunity. You know, I'd be surprised if we see, like, Tiny Shiny come out and accept this challenge. She's already defeated Beth Phoenix in the past. She's got nothing to prove. You know, in her mind, as soon as Phoenix and Karma finish the Royal Rumble, come Elimination Chamber time, Tiny Shiny's #1 for the Women's Championship.
Watch out here.
Beth Phoenix is as powerful and strong a diva as we've ever seen.
Eve with a nice counter.
It was a pretty okay counter, I'll give you that. Well, this now becomes a lot more even for Beth Phoenix, as she's got 15 minutes, just over 7.5, to defeat both Eve and whoever's left out back. There's a lot of women on the roster. We haven't seen, you know, Trish Stratus in a long time. We haven't seen Nikki Bella or Brie Bella really get their momentum in. Kelly's been picking up a little bit of steam lately. Obviously, Karma herself could actually accept this. She could be the 3rd and final, and I think that would really throw Beth Phoenix off. Could see either one of Lay Cool wanting to prove themselves against the women's champion. Anything's possible. Tell you what, Eve is definitely trying to turn things around. She's getting some moves off here on Beth Phoenix, and that's alarming. That's not what Beth Phoenix wants. Of course, I talk about women on Raw that we could see take an opportunity. What about former Divas champion Maryse, who is actually yet to make her Raw debut? She's not yet actually made an appearance since the women's divisions merged. I think I pretty much just covered every woman on the roster, you know?
Beth going for the cover.
Phoenix seems desperate.
Intercepted.
Choking out Beth Phoenix. Is this going to be enough to get the victory? Nope, it was just a grave mistake. I was proud of that burp. I don't even care.
Uh-oh. We might see the power of the Glamazon here.
Straight into the corner goes even. Oh, big knee to the face.
And she's toast.
Nope, she's a person.
Beth's reeled her in.
And, oh, Fisherman Suplex, which apparently does not have a pin combo. That surprises me. So it's going to be an, oh, wow. Eve showing some heart. Oh. Well, I guess Phoenix has seen enough. Glam Slam.
Cover here. 1, 2, 3.
That'll do it. And with 13 minutes to spare, it's Kelly who's last in the match. The winner of the Battle Royal at Tribute to the Troops on Christmas Eve. Could she pick up another big victory over Beth Phoenix here tonight? I mean, it wasn't over Beth Phoenix, the Tribute to the Troops, that's not what I'm saying. I worded that kind of poorly. What I meant to say is, could she pick up another big victory here tonight?
Oh, she does it again.
Ooh.
bridge of the nose.
Well, she's definitely caught Beth Phoenix off her guard.
And she gets to the ropes.
Kelly coming in just full of steam.
Fast
Uh-oh.
enough. Kelly
Well,
gets leveled.
there goes that.
Watch it. Just twisting the neck.
Looking forward to that. Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan main event up next. A first time one-on-one here in this universe. Definitely not a first time you'll have ever seen those two collide if you've ever watched a wrestling show. But a first time here in this universe. It should be an interesting matchup. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. Can't wait to see who comes out on top. Oh, she's going to throw her out of the Royal Rumble. Bouncy suplex. Very nice. A beautiful sequence of nothing. Into the corner. Kelly with a big kick and another one. And a third one to top it off. Beth Phoenix in the seated position. As I say, she's got 11 and a half minutes to try and overcome Kelly, and she definitely stood her own well against both Alicia Fox and Eve, but it seems like Kelly has either gotten the best of her, or she's just picking up the scraps of what Alicia Fox and Eve weakened. Either way, you don't want to make Beth Phoenix angry, and I feel like that's what Kelly's doing the more time she spends somehow taking control of, I guess, a weakened Phoenix. Ah, yes, two classic chain wrestlers, Kelly and Beth Phoenix, known for their 40-minute chain grappling. Is this going to be enough to get the job done? Beth Phoenix looking for something big here, and she launches Kelly into the center of the ring. That could very well be enough in less than 10 minutes, beating 3 women. No. Phoenix dropping her down and going for another pin. Oof. I feel like she's underestimating Kelly. It's getting a little brutal in there now. What are we gonna see here? Okay. Yeah. That'll do it.
We saw it all in this match, King, and those repeated blows to
And
the
another
skull
neck
have
breaker.
definitely taken their toll.
I don't know if the head was intentionally focused on, but it definitely took a lot of damage.
And oh,
Nice reversal.
great reversal there by Kelly. Oh, got that one real quick. I think Kelly's had a pretty decent showing so far, if I say so myself. And there it is. The third Glam Slam so far. That has been a straight up winner for everyone it has hit. And that continues right there. In 10 and a half minutes, Beth Phoenix just beat Alicia Fox, Eve, and Kelly in back-to-back matches. And I don't mean to discredit her, but as impressive a victory as that is, I do feel that Layla and Michelle McCool are tougher opponents. Layla is a proven potential women's champion. She almost beat Karma at one point in a one-on-one match, and Michelle McCool is a former women's champion. I'm not trying to discredit what Beth Phoenix just did, but I'm not entirely sure they're the most even, especially because Karma's was a handicap match against a proven tag team, whereas Phoenix's was a 3 one-on-one. I don't really know what the easier one in the lot is. I can't really credit or discredit either. But Beth Phoenix did pick up a very important victory. She's grabbed the fans' World Heavyweight Championship. I'm not sure why. Karma! Ooh! Oh my god. Ooh! This rivalry is getting personal. And that's what Karma thinks of the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, that's fine, because that's not what they're fighting for at the Royal Rumble. As we move on to our main event, focusing on the World Heavyweight Championship, Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan set to go one-on-one. The winner joins CM Punk and Edge in what is mapping out as a big four-way matchup to determine Brock Lesnar's first contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, accompanied by Dolph Ziggler, approaching the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing 192 pounds, Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan in for the match of his career. Some argue he is not worthy of this. Obviously, at the moment, there's not really a lot of people going for World Heavyweight Championship opportunities. We've got one more World Heavyweight Championship qualifier next week. And it's my favorite one, Dolph Ziggler versus Batista. Next week's big World Championship qualifier.
From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, Randy Orton.
Wait, it can't be Dolph Ziggler. Fuck! I keep forgetting. It can't be Dolph Ziggler versus Batista. Dolph Ziggler's in the World Tag Team Championship. See, this is the problem with having a an 18-man roster. I gotta find someone. I think I know who it's gonna be, but what I'm gonna say is next week Batista competes in a match to try and become a contender. Obviously, he's got his sights set on the 2011 Royal Rumble, but this opportunity is presented to him. He is gonna take it. Will it be his opportunity? I know exactly who he'll face off against. I just can't say because I want to keep it as a surprise. The fourth spot is up for grabs next week. Who will join CM Punk and Edge? Right now, that's what we're going to ask when it comes to this match. And how will CM Punk and Edge be able to coexist if they're both going for the World Heavyweight Championship and World Tag Team Championship? This is going to be a really tough situation for those two, if I had to say so myself. Can they put those issues aside? You know, if CM Punk wins the four-way in 2 weeks' time, is Edge still going to want to be his tag team championship partner? Is he going to be bitter that Punk's the one getting the shot?
So here we go with this one-on-one match. You can win by pinfall, submission.
David Otunga of the New Nexus at ringside for Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler of Team DZ at ringside for Daniel Bryan. And of course, Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler next week, they will be in a tag team matchup against CM Punk and Edge, with the big tag team championship implications. Winner of that match goes to the finals at the Royal Rumble. As I say, it's quite a limited roster. It gets bigger, it gets better. It's just right now, everyone's just kind of entangled in like at least 2 different championships at the same time. One of them they're sure to succeed with. We'll just have to wait and see which. I tell you what though, I feel like Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, not only are they going to deliver in this match, but I feel like this could be a great match that really establishes Daniel Bryan as a top contender. As we know, normally it's Dolph Ziggler who focuses on singles championships. Well, tonight Dolph Ziggler was so very generous as to give this opportunity to his tag team partner to say, no Daniel, I feel like you deserve to try and find the spotlight as a champion. The last time I was a singles champion, I had to drop that championship due to injuries. Of course, talking about his United States Championship reign, he didn't drop it due to injuries, he dropped it to Ezekiel Jackson and was then injured, but I think basically it's saying he was injured in the match. He wants to give Bryan the opportunity to try and get that World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. The thing that I think CM Punk, Edge, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, Batista, Mystery Guy, the thing they all need to try and bear in mind is, like, it doesn't really matter who wins this whole series, because what they're going up against at the Royal Rumble is Brock Lesnar, and that guy is still an anomaly to most of the Raw roster. That guy is... he's something else. Like, this is going to be a big deal, no matter who faces him. I think the most poetic type of matchup for Brock Lesnar, when I think about it, is probably to go one-on-one with Randy Orton. I feel like that would be his career coming almost full circle. I believe Brock Lesnar's debut match was a victory over Orton. Yeah. In Brock Lesnar's debut, he defeated Randy Orton, who had only just dropped the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, Lesnar and Orton, there's a little bit of history there. And admittedly, that was 7 months ago. That's what makes it all the bigger. Of course, originally we were all expecting to see Brock Lesnar versus Sheamus at the Royal Rumble, and I feel like that would have been a match that absolutely would have delivered, because, you know, I'm not Sheamus' biggest defender or supporter, but the guy is the greatest welterweight champion of all time thus far. He is the longest reigning, the most successful defending, the guy who's really made that championship matter after some of those meaningless championship changes that it featured at the start of its existence. He really put that world championship on the map when he was the champion here on Raw. And despite that, despite all of that, he's now out with an injury, and he won't get that one-on-one match with with Brock Lesnar. And of course, you know, it doesn't take a genius to know Sheamus wasn't at 100% at TLC. A one-on-one match where they're both at 100%, I think, is something we're all going to want to see. Unfortunately, though, Sheamus is injured at the time being, and that won't be happening anytime soon. Also, I think Dolph Ziggler and David Otunga have taken it upon themselves to fight. You know, the amazing thing about this is Daniel Bryan could win here tonight, and then like Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan could win their match next week against Punk and Edge. And oh no, Randy, no! The New Nexus could somehow beat Vader and Nash, and we could be seeing Team DZ up against the New Nexus for the World Tag Team Championship, with Bryan leading full momentum over every member of the New Nexus. Oh yeah, his comeback's in the corner, and they don't really know how to use them in 12. I mean, they were new in 12, so it's fine that the AI doesn't really get it, but yeah, they don't get it also. It's also worth mentioning that they don't get it. Slamming that knee down. Daniel Bryan is seriously struggling right now. At one point, Randy Orton was the World Heavyweight Champion here on Raw. He was a top dog, and I feel like he wants to get back to that spot. I mean, it goes without saying, you know, Randy Orton was the man who brought the World Heavyweight Championship to Monday Night Raw in the 2010 draft. Originally, it was over on SmackDown. Orton won it from The Undertaker, and it was right after WrestleMania that Orton brought it here to Raw. That is something I feel he wants to get back, you know? One of only three men to have ever held that championship two times. Wants to be the first man to hold it 3 times. I'm of course talking about Randy Orton, Jack Swagger, and The Undertaker, who have all held the World Heavyweight title 2 times. I keep going to say 3 for some reason. No one has held it 3 times. Bryan is really trying to put it, like, really trying to step it up in there, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like he's really shown some grit in this match. Every time Orton feels like he's got him down and out, Bryan just keeps on fighting. And David Otunga and Dolph Ziggler are having a great street fight on the outside as well. Referee is very interested in that match. Very interested. As you can see, incredibly interested in Dolph Ziggler versus Daniel Bryan on the outside. Of course, if this match goes to a 14-minute, like the 14 minutes still to go, if it goes down those and we get a time limit, I believe neither man will qualify for the 4-way matchup on the Raw before the Royal Rumble, and instead it will be, okay, referee just gonna straight up turn his back on that pin. He's not even doing anything. He just turned heel on Daniel Bryan. Are we gonna just wear out the time limit doing this? Are we getting WWE 12'd right now? I think we are. I think because David Otunga, he's missing his cue. He's supposed to be distracting the referee right now, but Dolph Ziggler is too busy beating him up, because you can just about see Dolph Ziggler's hair. And David Otunga is never going to fight back against Dolph Ziggler. I'm sorry, he just ain't. Well, I'm just going to keep talking, and we're going to see where this goes, because I ain't ending this match until we have a result. But if the 13 minutes left on that time, if they do run out, neither man will qualify, and it will be Batista versus Guy next week, and the winner of that match will join CM Punk and Edge in what will become a triple threat to determine the contender for Brock Lesnar's World Heavyweight Championship. And imagine if the same thing happens in Batista's match, then we've got CM Punk and Edge in a one-on-one match 6 days before they could be competing for the World Tag Team Championship. There's going to be some tension between those two if all things don't work out too well. I'm now noticing Daniel Bryan's, like, hips are, like, really moving there. Like, he's kind of got a little jig going on there. I wonder what he's thinking about. Well, I'll tell you what. If I had to say anything, I'd say Daniel Bryan has definitely beat Randy Orton right here. Like, this has been at least, what, almost 2 minutes he's had Randy Orton pinned. I don't even know what count you'd be up to by then. All I know is Dolph Ziggler is an asshole for doing what he's doing. He's missing the spot. Is the camera getting closer? I feel like we're slowly zooming in. I feel like we're getting closer. I kind of want to know, but I don't know. Dolph, I can see your head, Dolph. Stop it, Dolph. Stop it. Man, managers are just not fun in these games. I'm just waiting for Otunga to fight back so the match can keep going. In a way, I want to see, just out of pure morbid curiosity, if we can really just see a 14-minute pin that is just completely ignored. I mean, I'll tell you what, actually, if this really is the rest of the match, if it really doesn't ever go anywhere, I think we got to just hand it to Daniel Bryan. The man's had Randy Orton pinned for going on 3 minutes now. Like, he's won. I know that Randy Orton's only not kicking out because he doesn't hear the pin, but, like, come on, this match is done. Daniel Bryan's the winner. I don't think they're ever going to stop out there. I think this is just kind of it. Because, like, I can tell what's happening. Dolph's throwing him into the barricade. He's getting off the barricade. And then Dolph's throwing him into the barricade again. And because Otunga is, like, one of the lowest rated wrestlers in the game, he's just never going to fight back. So I think this really is just going to be it. I'll wait until it hits under 10 minutes. And if it doesn't change after that, then we'll just hand the victory to Daniel Bryan, I guess. Which I think we're going to be doing. I think Daniel Bryan's going into that four-way. Really wish I could see what the fans are cheering about. The referee seems to be really enjoying it. Yeah, the AI is weird in these games. I don't remember it being like this, but apparently if anything's happening on the outside, like if there's even a manager there and he's not distracting the referee will still just stare at him. Like he's just waiting for his cue. Okay, well, we've gone under 10 minutes and there is still nothing happening. So I guess without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Daniel Bryan. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.